Hi guys, welcome back to Factorio. We are now in episode 33 of my Factorio 0.15 playthrough. My name is Poober and I took a little bit of a 2-week hiatus from the game, but in that time I added in a ton of landfill, which was one of the major goals since last episode. So we're now standing on a bunch of this lighter green colored land. All of this used to be lake. So I've done that since the last episode, which now means we have enough room to add in a couple more army factories over here. So to start off today's episode, I think we're going to put down another stamp of this factory just to increase our production of these items because it takes so long for these to build up over time. So I've got that blueprint here, and we're just going to basically plop it over the current ammo line, just like that. And then we'll feed it the red and green circuits from the right over to the left, and that shouldn't be a problem. So we will extend the red and green circuits just like that and put a light here, and then we can do our electricity like that. And that should cover the electricity for this portion once all of the items are put in, and it should be able to connect up to the network just fine. Looks like I'm going to have to put in a couple other items though that I didn't have in the blueprint, like the inserters to the outer portion of the blueprint. But that is okay, and I can do that off camera, and I will extend the ammo and the green circuits and the gears off camera as well over here to the left side. And that's because I want to move on for today's episode with some new blueprints, namely for some tank ammo and explosives and things of that nature. So we're going to be putting those just below these blueprint tiles. We've got one here, I believe, is for grenades and flamethrower ammo, which would be really nice, and the other one that I have here is going to be for some rocketry as well as some tank shells. So let's go ahead and start to figure out where we're going to place these. One thing I do need to keep in mind is how we're going to be getting the sulfur and the coal over here from the line that we have over here in our main bus. So I do want to keep that pretty congruent, as well as keeping it in line with these blueprints up here. So this one will be for the tank shells. So let's go ahead and maybe line it up like this. I'm still trying to keep it in line with the blueprints up at the top of it. So we'll try something like this, maybe right here. Let's see if that works. The explosives will take water, so let's see with our other blueprint, which is this one, if we can kind of just share the explosive pipeline. And that will mean it needs to go like this. Okay, so we can share. That would be really nice, actually. So I'm just going to line it up like this here. And that way we don't have to have two separate pipelines. We can just have the explosives sharing the water, and then we'll get our sulfur and coal figured out in just a minute once all of the belts are laid down. So our bots just got done putting in all of the components for these blueprints. So now let's worry about how we get the needed materials to these assembly machines and the chemical plants. I think we'll start with worrying about how to get the coal and the sulfur to the explosives chemical plants here. They definitely need coal, sulfur, and water, so let's go ahead and do the easy one first, which will be the water. We'll go ahead and extend our line of pipes down, and we'll just do a pump right here, just easy enough, just straight down from those blueprints. Let's see, where did that pipe go? Oh, can't find it. There we go. Okay. So now they should have water, which hovering over it, it looks like they do, or at least this side does. How come this side doesn't? I'm not 100% sure. Let me add in the pipe back, maybe? Oh, there we go. I'm guessing that once we got the other components, it would say that it's filled with water. So let's go ahead and now worry about how we get the coal and the sulfur to it. I know that we need to bring it from this upper line here. Let me see what else needs the sulfur and the coal. This one needs coal for the grenades. This one just needs other stuff. That one will need coal. Okay, so let's do our... Let's see, that one just takes steel. Okay, so we will do our coal and sulfur line on this one here, where I'm hovering over. I think we'll cut that off for now, and we'll have to make a couple modifications, it looks like. So I'm just going to worry about extending this straight over from our conveniently placed coal and our sulfur line. Let's see about how we can get these mixed up, though. We can do maybe branching off right here, or somewhere nearby. Let me delete some of this wall so we have a little bit more room. We can do something like that maybe. And maybe we can connect it from over here. Yeah, let's do that. It's gonna look a little bit ugly for now. Eventually all of this oil stuff will get moved and cleaned up. But for now we're just trying to get something started as kind of a placeholder for future plans. Okay, so that's how we're gonna get our coal branched off, it looks like. And then we'll just branch off our sulfur like that. Let's move that. There we go. Okay, and then they meet. So I'm just going to take a look and make sure that these get exactly where they need to go between the sulfur and the coal. And so good so far. It should only extend to the bottom section over here, ideally. Yep, and looks like it is. So these chemical plants should start to work and make the explosives now. It looks like the right-hand side is at least. And the left-hand side is too. It looks like our problem is that we're just not making enough sulfur quickly enough. So that's a problem I will fix later. But as long as the components are technically getting to where they need to go, I'm happy with that for now. So the next thing we need to worry about, maybe let's do the landmines. Landmines will take steel, and we already know how they're going to get the explosives since they're being fed from the output explosives line. So let's worry about how they get the steel now. I think we'll do, in fact, we don't need that. We need long-handed inserters. I think we will do steel and plastic on this line here. So we do have our plastic over here. Our steel might be harder to get over here just because all of this mess is in the way. So I might have to do another couple ugly things just to get it where we need it for now, and then like I mentioned, we'll clean it up in the future. Alright. Problem solved with our steel and our plastic. Let's rejoin up our coal and our sulfur line. And we will do an underground belt here. Actually, I don't need that there. So we will just continue the line. So steel and plastic coming down should end right here for now, but I believe these, oh no, they don't. These don't take steel or plastic, but they do take iron and green circuits. Okay. Well, that's another problem we'll have to solve. So we've got our steel and plastic taken care of, I believe. Let's go ahead and give these red inserters in so that they can start working. Just right in the middle should be fine. Let's do a couple more. Okay, so our cannon shells are working, I think. except these are missing the explosives, so let's go ahead and put in a couple of inserters for the explosives. And it looks like I'm gonna have to branch off the explosives line again a little bit right here, just so this far right assembly machine can get the explosives it needs. There we go. Okay, I solved putting in the conditions on our cannon shells as well as our plans for our rockets once we have those supplies coming in. But we do need to worry about how they're going to get the green circuits as well as the iron plate now at this point. I'm going to have to put in another line kind of looping around the exterior of the blueprint. So I will do something like this because I'm going to have it coming in from the right hand side. We'll just have it extend somewhere from over here. So we'll need the iron and green circuits. What is the best way to get those items? Honestly, probably from up above here, and then I will just bring it down instead of having to get through this maze of a mess over here. And I'm back, guys. We're going to go ahead and join up the iron plate and our green circuit line now. I brought it all the way in from the top. Oh, and that didn't work out. There we go now. Let's suck those up. And it should now be going over here where we need it. And then we'll need a couple red inserters to suck up the products it needs. There we go. So that's now working. What other assembly machines are now not getting the products they need? Let's double check. Do these have what they need? Yes, they do. Ooh, we're taking a little bit more damage. I think I can delay that a little bit longer in terms of addressing that. Okay, and then the landmines take steel now, and the grenades take iron plate and coal. So for the iron plate, we'll just have it feed off of that. And I think I have a couple more of these machines up here. Oop, I made myself a little bit of a maze right there. Okay. These also need iron plate though, is the problem. So let's have it branch off again. I think having our iron and our green circuit line will have branched off just over here. There we go. I might have to do some underground belt weaving. And my inventory is getting to be such a mess. I have to fix that off camera as well. Okay, and then let's rejoin up our coal. And our sulfur. Okay, so these are now getting the iron that it needs. This line also needs coal, so I will have it branch off like that. Okay, so grenades working, check. Grenades down here. Not working because these ones don't have coal. So what I can do is bring this line down to this section over here as well. We'll duplicate more belt weaving, I think. What happens if I join these? Okay. That'll be fine. And these don't take coal, but these do. Okay. And what do these take? Steel. So I'm going to get rid of this line here, and we will have it go like this. And like that. There we go. Okay, so these are now taken care of for their coal input. Now there's only a couple more things that we're missing for all of these now to be working, which will be fantastic once it is. Let's just take a look and address those real quick. We're missing steel still for our landmines over here. We can have that fed from up above, I think. We'll have it just kind of branch off, maybe down through here or something like that. There we go. We don't want these mixed up with coal at all. And then this will go down. And then it should start getting steel here in just a second. I'm going to loop it back on itself just a little bit here so that the rest of it can get to where it needs to go. Another inserter there for the landmine. But otherwise, I think it should be getting what it needs now once we have this hooked up. We'll hook that up again. Steel and plastic will be coming down through here, back on itself a little bit, and then producing the landmines, which they are. Perfect. Okay. Landmines check. Landmines up here. Check, apart from the explosives, which are not in production because our sulfur is not up to par at the moment. Well, apart from the flamethrower ammo, I think we now have everything that these assembly machines need. I'll put in the flamethrower components off camera. It's just going to be getting some pipes hooked up. But otherwise, you guys, I appreciate you for joining me with episode 33, and I appreciate you sticking around for that hiatus that I had. And as always, I can't wait to see you for the next one.